All right, good morning, everybody on Facebook. We are Facebook Living this morning with some really interesting information because the average family will spend more than $4,000 this year on a family vacation. But we wanted to give you some tips on maybe not spending quite so much. Road warrior Joyce Gioia joins us once again this morning. For the first time on Facebook Live, though, but we've had her on the air many times. Joyce, thanks for being here. You are great at finding these little websites and things that other people might not know about to really save us some cash.
Bill Marriott owns multiple hotels, and Richard Branson owns multiple airlines. They don't need any more of our money, right?
Right.
So we want to do whatever we can to make sure that we're getting the lowest possible fare, rental car cost, hotel rate, all of those good things.
So what have you found?
So my first tip is that the airlines are keeping track of our digital footprints.
Okay.
And so we need to be careful that we don't use the same IP address when we go back and look at the same fare again. Isn't that interesting?
Really? Okay. And because they might bump it up if they see we're looking at it often?
They do bump it up. They will bump it up, yes.
Okay.
And how do you get around it?
Yeah.
Private browsing on Firefox and incognito windows on Chrome. Or you can just pick up your cell phone and buy it online. Buy it through your mobile device.
Meaning if you've been searching on your computer, you buy it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Very interesting. So they've got people watching us and what we're doing.
My second tip is to be sure to buy on the right day. If you buy, I start looking for fares, Lee, on a Sunday night. But then I look on Monday, Tuesday, and the last day of the week that I will buy is a Wednesday, because beginning on Thursday, you will definitely pay more, like $75 or $100 more per ticket.
Really? Okay.
Because they know that people are toward the end of the week, they're finished their work, they're ready to think about vacation, and they're buying airline tickets. So be sure to buy on the right day.
All right, early in the week.
Early in the week, yes.
Great.
Yes.
Okay.
And my third tip is to be sure that you look at the sales, sign up for the sales, and Scott's Cheap Flights is my new favorite website.
Okay. Wow.
There is a free level and there's a premium level, and the premium level is when you get the first dibs on those less expensive flights.
So
and
you have
it's
to
not,
pay for the premium?
Yeah, you do, but not very much.
Okay.
I went to Amsterdam for $428 round trip.
Wow.
I went to Zurich for $417 round trip.
Okay.
I went to Hong Kong for $558 round trip.
Really? And usually, you could pay $3,000-$4,000 for something like that, I would think.
Usually the fares are like double or triple that much.
Crazy. Okay.
So if you're interested in going abroad, that's where to look.
And then that again is Scott's
Cheap Flights.
All right. And you said something to me too about the fares that are a mistake. Right?
Yes. Well, Scott's Cheap Flights does a scan of all the flights everywhere and finds the mistake fares. That is, when the airlines have made a mistake. Okay. When the airlines are charging like $200 for an $800 flight, or $250 for a $1,200 flight, that's a mistake fare.
Okay.
Now, they're not 100% honored by the airlines, but most times they will.
And it sounds like Scott's is upfront about that fact, too, that this is not a guarantee, but man, it might be something that the airline will honor.
Scott's puts a disclaimer that they don't guarantee that you can get those mistake fares, but many times you can. It's well worth knowing about.
All right, now let me just say we have a viewer who is asking us a question now.
Terrific.
And it's going to be, I'm just going to be totally transparent here and say it's up on the teleprompter. It's this question here. Okay. We'd like to know more about saving money on renting a car as well.
Yes. Well, my daughter actually turned me on to this.
Okay.
And my daughter told me about a new website called autoslash.com. And I was looking at $278 for a 5-day rental here out of Boston Logan.
Okay.
I ended up getting it on AutoSlash for $140. Here it is, $140.91.
And that's for a week?
And that's for 5 days.
5 days, okay.
Right.
A working week.
It's tremendous. But there's one more tip I want to give people about saving money on rental cars. And that is that if you look first, like 6 weeks out, and you book your rental car, be sure to look again like a month out, and then even 2 weeks or a week out. Okay. And the reason is that when the rental car companies have a lot of inventory, they'll drop that price. Because the law of supply and demand is alive and well in the rental car industry.
So you're talking about canceling that first fare you made then and just going right back to the same place and starting from scratch?
Right back to the same place. Well, I've done this with Thrifty a number of times, but with $140, I didn't bother to try again because phenomenal. I just thought it was like half of what I was looking at with any other company.
Right. So we're talking about cars and how far out we book for that. Here's a question from somebody watching: how far out should you book your flight or your hotel?
The studies. The industry studies show that 21 days out is typically where you'll get the least expensive airfare. That was last year. I can't guarantee that that is in fact going to happen. In fact, I've been looking at, I have to go from Austin, which is where I get my mail, to Seattle for a conference. And I have been looking at fares consistently, and I have not seen the fares dropping on my favorite airline, which is American. Okay. And I'm still working on it, but I'm not 21 days out yet. Okay. So I still haven't bought the ticket.
All right. And okay, so that's for flights. How about hotels? Is there a best time to book a hotel room?
Typically, you can save 10% if you book a hotel room using your mobile device, either your iPad or your iPhone. Okay. Also, Hotels Tonight is a really wonderful site, but I have a little secret about that. Okay. You go on these online travel agencies, that's what they're called, OTAs, and you look and you see what the least expensive is. And then you go directly to the hotel. And my language is, I could buy this on the online site, but I'd rather give you the money. Right. And usually they'll match it. Now, the good part about that is you still get the points from them, and you still get the flexibility of being able to change your lodging if you need to.
Because if you don't, you are locked in. I've had that happen to me before. That's very interesting.
At the very best, they'll keep your deposit and apply it to your next reservation. Right. But if you book directly with the hotel or the chain, you will make out better.
And I have found, and I don't know if this is a thing everywhere, but I have found when you do book through the hotel, they're more likely when you're there in person to give you a little better service sometimes too. I think sometimes I've found if you book through someone else and you're locked in and you haven't dealt with a hotel specifically, they're less likely to upgrade you or to anything like that. So
Lee, and the reason is that they are being paid very little for that room. Got it. It's like a distressed room. Right. And they aren't likely to feel positively about upgrading you if they've been paid very, very little for that room.
All right. This has been really interesting, and you got some good websites to check out. AutoSlash was one of them. Scott's Cheap Flights is the other two. Yes. Really, really interesting. I'll file those away.
And maybe next time I come back, we'll talk about the mobile websites that can really make a difference on your family vacation, because there are a bunch of those.
I bet. And it's hard to know which ones work. It's nice to hear through you which ones work. As always, Joyce, thank you so much for being here.
Take my advice, and people will save a lot of money on their summer vacations.
Absolutely. All right. And thank you, Facebook fans, for watching. We'll call it quits for now. We'll see you later.